Are you tired of eating the same old taco recipe you've been making for years? I know I am. I'm ready to change it up. So today, I'm gonna make lentil tacos. They can make a great substitute for ground meat, and if you cook them right, which hopefully we do, they'll turn out with the same kind of texture as ground meat. Lentils are great because they're healthy, and the best part is they're really cheap. So why don't we go make it? Let's go. All right, these are the ingredients we're gonna need to make our lentil tacos. Of course, you're gonna need lentils, and this brand doesn't say what kind they are, but these are brown lentils. Make sure to get brown because they take about half the time that green lentils take to cook. But you're gonna need lentils, you're gonna need an onion, serranos, garlic, and taco seasoning that I showed how to make in another video. Of course, you're gonna need tortillas. I'm using corn tortillas because I like corn tortillas more. Cilantro, and then lime, and an avocado. And that's all it is. I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting up the onion. Oh yeah, this is a lot sharper than it was earlier. We're gonna chop this somewhat fine. I'm gonna save part of it to top my tacos at the end. Just cut it up, and that'd be perfect. And this is kind of fine chop. Some minced, some not minced. Let's do Serrano. I don't think I want to do this big boy right now. It might be a little hot. Let's do the small one. Cut that off. I'm going to slice it. And just kind of chop this up fine. Be sure to wash your hands after this, because you got contacts especially. This isn't fun getting on you, in your eyes. Done it a lot. Learn from my mistakes. And garlic. I'm gonna press these, I think, because they're small. Cut up a little bit of cilantro. Just rip a little bit off. That's probably a little more. And then just run your knife through it. Make sure to wash it good beforehand. I've already done this. As soon as I get it, like a bunch of it, I just wash it all and then dry it really thoroughly. And then wrap it in a paper towel that I dried it with, kind of, and that it seems to make it last super long. I've had the same cilantro for like 2 weeks and it hasn't wilted at all. If it's completely dry when you cut it, it makes little tiny pieces. But if it's wet, it'll all stick together and it gets mushy. And lime, I guess we can do that.
And you're rolling it.
I'm rolling it to get the juices flowing, to smash some of the stuff on the inside. It makes juice come out of it easier.
Now, is there a better way to slice it? Do you slice it?
I slice it like in quarters.
That's how I slice it the other direction, but you're slicing it.
I slice it long ways. I don't know. That's just how I do it because I don't want to break these up. I want like a whole piece of lime. And I'm cutting a little rind on it or whatever. I'm cutting the pith, I think is what it's called, this white part. Cutting on that so you won't lose some of the juice when you slice it. See, there's not very, I cut it a little bit, but there's not any juice that came out.
I see.
I just learned something. I don't really need that much lime, but I'll put it in the fridge. I'm gonna measure out a cup of lentils. I think this is a little more. It's probably about 1.25 cups. Yeah, I got a little bit extra. We do a cup today. And then just look over it. Look for any of them that are bad, that look kind of weird. Like that one's got little weird black spots. You don't want that. And especially look for like rocks. Because I've heard of people buying lentils and it doesn't happen very often, but they didn't do this step and they pulled them out and they cooked them and they bit into a rock and cracked their tooth.
Oh, dang.
Or chipped their tooth. So,
that is not good.
Yeah, so do this with all beans or legumes, any kind of thing like this. All right. Go ahead and rinse them out. Get any dirt or anything off of them. We want that earthy taste from the lentils, but we don't want actual earth in our lentils, you know what I mean? Bring a cup and like 2 cups of water on a medium-sized pot to a boil. You can actually boil it in an excess of water. It's not going to hurt it. Because this pan is really like wide and there's not a lot of this stuff. I'm going to put 3 cups. Because we're going to drain all the water. It doesn't absorb all the water anyways. We got it to a boil now. So let's go ahead and dump our lentils in. And the water's going to like lose its boiling. It's still kind of simmering. I'm losing lentils everywhere. Because I'm a maniac with the lentils.
Yeah, it's a maniac.
Oh my
kitchen.
God. You just go it everywhere.
Maniac kitchen. We got lentils everywhere.
We'll just sweep the floor
Lentil
again.
explosions.
I'm not losing those. They're still clean. I cleaned this countertop, so it's all clean.
Or not. Clean, bro.
Or not. All right.
Clean, bro. All right.
Get in there evenly. Try to get it. It's lost its boil. We're just gonna bring it back to a boil, and then we're gonna turn it down and put a lid on it and cook it for 20 minutes. That's close enough. So I'm gonna put the lid on. Turn it down. Turn down to 2. We'll see. Maybe I need to turn it up, but set a timer for 20 minutes.
We need some more lights over here. I can't see the stove very well.
Set it for 20 minutes, and there we go. Come back and check it in 10 minutes. Hopefully it works out. We're gonna check on these lentils now. It's been 10 minutes. They've been simmer boiling, whatever, in here with the lid on. See the water's starting to change. Some of the starch is coming out. They're starting to get cooked. You can see they look a little different now. They're not done yet though. We still need to cook them probably for another 10 minutes. And then we're gonna check for the tenderness. Try not to stir it very much because I don't want to break up all the little skins. Because I want to try to keep them somewhat of a texture on them so they'll be somewhat like ground meat when we're done cooking them. If you cook them too much, they get mushy, and we're trying not to go for that. But using green or brown lentils helps with that. They hold their shape better than the other types of lentils. So
Come back in 10 more minutes.
Come back in 10 minutes and we'll put the lid on, and then we'll check on them. Our 20 minutes, our last 10 minutes are about up, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off. Timer. Take the lid off and check them. See how much different they look now? They've absorbed a lot of the water. And we're trying to keep as much skin on it as we can to keep the texture, but this looks alright. I'm gonna take a little bit out right now and taste and test it for texture. You want it to be kind of firm but not crunchy. But it has some like tooth to it. Yeah, this is good. So we're gonna drain them now. Drain them. We're gonna start sauteing the rest of our ingredients to finish our lentils. Let's go ahead and turn this on. Turn it up high-ish because it takes a minute to heat this up. A little bit of oil in there. A couple tablespoons. Uh-oh, I think I got too many. I don't want to get them all over the floor. Yep, and there they go. I'm good at this. Load up the garlic press. This is hot now, so we're gonna go ahead and dump our onion and Serrano in. Turn it down a little bit now, we got it hot. We're gonna saute this until the onions are translucent, then we're gonna throw in our garlic and saute that for a minute or so it's fragrant. Yeah, I'm gonna call that good. Some of the onions are starting to caramelize. Throw our garlic in. Our pan was really hot, so we're gonna throw the garlic in. It's starting to get slightly brown. Our garlic is fragrant, so I'm gonna add our taco seasoning.
I like your sticky note taco seasoning.
Yep.
It's like the good stuff. That's what you should have called it.
Put a tablespoon on, because I like to cook it actually a little bit too with the oil and stuff. It kind of, I think it brings out the spices a little more. Add our lentils now.
I hear the mailman. Maybe he's got the other gear.
Let's hope.
Probably not. Yeah, we're looking at it now.
Okay. Stir that seasoning in, onions and all that. Put just a little bit more seasoning in. Let's put a tablespoon and a half, maybe. And then we're going to put a little water in here to help spread these seasonings around. This is about a 1/4 cup of water. And stir it. If you stir too much, you can get them a little too mushy, which is fine, but I'm trying to maintain texture that's similar to like fine ground meat. So, and then we're just going to keep cooking this until it starts to thicken up a little bit while the extra water is cooked out. See how it's starting to, some of that starch is coming out on the bottom of the pan? See that? That's like starch that's coming out of the lentils. I'm just cooking out the rest of the water and I'm going to thicken this up just a little bit. See how it's starting to kind of stick to the bottom? This is a non-stick pan, but as you can see in the most of that water, there's no extra water sitting on the bottom really, and they're kind of clumping together a little bit. Mm-hmm. That's basically what you want. Like 5 or so minutes after you add the water, keep cooking, and this is what you'll get to. It's been about 5 minutes. This is good, so I'm going to turn it off.
Alright, so what are we doing now?
Gonna heat up our pan to toast or kind of fry our tortillas because it makes them stay to corn tortillas. I think you should really do this instead of microwaving them to heat them up because if you microwave them, they get kind of soggy, and like when you fold them, they tear and they kind of taste nasty. But if you do it this way, they're pliable and they kind of toast a little bit. And I think they taste better that way.
No oil?
I'm gonna do it without. We could do oil. Some Mexican person that watches the video is gonna like chastise me for putting oil in the pan, but I'm putting oil in the pan.
I mean, isn't it better with oil?
It kind of fries a little bit. It makes it a different texture. Non-stick. If you have like a cast iron pan that's seasoned really well, you don't really have to put oil in that because it's already got kind of oil on the surface. That works really well, but our cast iron isn't that great, so I'm just gonna do this. I don't think I can fit. All right, this has been about 30 seconds on this side. Since we're doing double, they're kind of hard to flip over.
You need a fork or something? Oh, there you go. Yeah, maybe you do need it.
I touched the oil. Usually I don't have that much oil in there, so it works. But yeah, be careful. Now they should stick. They're not center, but now since they're heated through, they'll stick together somewhat and stay pliable. You can see you get some of the brown. You can kind of smell it. Smell it. It smells like a corn. Smell corn?
No, I can't smell anything.
All right, well, there's a little bit of corn smell. And flip it over again. See, it's dried out some, but it's sticking. See that? That's the other side. And it's pliable. See, it folds up. That one's done. Take it off. Now we're throwing our other one. That one had a little more excess oil in it. You don't need to have that much oil. This only take about 30-45 seconds aside. All right, it's been about 30-40 seconds. You can hear it sizzling. That's what you want. See, it's got slightly brown now. You can push it further, but I'm starving and I want to eat. These tortillas are pretty thin, so I like to let's put a little bit more oil. I like to double them. Even though I'm doing this step, it makes them more pliable. I still like to do double. Because sometimes the top one, if I put too much salsa on it or something, or if it's too wet, this one will get soggy, even if it has been fried. So the bottom one, it's back up. Just flip it. See that? It's brown a little bit, toasted a little bit. It totally makes it better than microwaving it, because microwaving it tastes, it's dull.
But you could microwave it if you don't do this stuff.
If you want to be lazy, microwave it. But seriously, just do this. Like, get another little pan. Like, this is really easy to clean. It's non-stick. Just wipe it out. Hot water. Like a paper towel. It's clean. It's not even dirty. All you do is put oil on a tortilla in it. Yep. So this is what it'll look like if you don't have a lot of oil. It's just dry. It's fine. Like, that's how a lot of people eat it. But I like it with a little oil. All right. We're going to assemble. See how pliable it is? Now, go ahead and scoop a little bit in there. Whoa. Not like me. That's what this should be called, not like me. Because I'm trying to tell you how to do it, but then I mess up every time. That's a lot in there, so I'm going to call that one good. Lentils are funky little things. They're round, fall around. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, there's two. Okay. Actually, this is the hotter side. Oh, God. Okay. There.
Wait a second for it to cool off. Is that what you should do?
Yeah, if you can. Put some onion. Decent amount of onion. I like lots of onion. And then cilantro. Lime. You can... Oh, it's avocado.
Yeah, it's over there.
Dang it. We're going to do some thin-ish slices. Maybe not need all of this, but I already cut half of it, so I'm probably going to eat it. And top it. And before you say, oh, these are cheap. Yeah, these are cheap until you threw $10 worth of avocado on it.
Yeah.
So avocados were like less than 50 cents on sale near us. So
depends on where you are.
Yeah, what stores you go to.
Yeah, sometimes avocados are freaking expensive.
These are really big avocados. I got these at the Asian grocery store for 50 cents a piece.
What? Wait, what?
Mm-hmm. They weren't. Some of them were ripe already. These weren't super ripe. And I just put them in the fridge, and now it's been like a week, and they're perfect. The fridge takes longer for them to ripen. There we go. Top it with a little more lime. Put lime on top of the avocado so it won't brown. We're gonna eat it pretty quick though. But
okay.
We're done.
Just hold it up in front of you, and I'll get it. Just hold the plate up. I'll get it. Smile, smile. Serial killer smiles. Okay. All right.
All right, we're back in the tasting lab again to try our tacos. It's been a while. I'm starving.
It took a while to set everything up.
We got new stuff going. So I'm gonna go ahead and try. I already put lime and stuff on it. I'm gonna try this one without any of the salsa or anything. Oh, it did stay together still. See? See,
I did say that, man. I did say that.
Oh man. It's like, it's not mushy. It kind of mushed together right there. It's not mushy. It's like, it has some texture like taco meat. And it tastes like taco meat. Oh man, that's good. Taste the taco spices, the onion, the pepper, cilantro, the lime. This is really good. I'm gonna try it. Actually, I'm gonna try a little bit of salsa. Yes. Yes. Got a little bit of rice that we made, which will be in another video, by the way. It tastes like taco meat. It has a similar texture. Got the seasoning. It takes a little longer than taco meat, I guess, because we didn't saute meat. We had to boil the lentils, so they take a little longer. But it's really easy. You can even soak them actually if you want. You can do it all in one pan, but I did it this way because I think it's a little easier. It's really good.
I'd ask you to rate this, but I know this is like your recipe. So, like,
I mean,
how hard would you say this is? I guess let's do a easy to hard rating or something.
I never get a freaking napkin.
Oh,
Here. I'm just gonna wipe it on my pants.
No, I don't know where the wipe was over.
Around this party napkins.
Party napkins.
Since we used 2 different pans, or 3, I showed you the tortilla technique, how to roast it. That's really easy, but since we have extra pans and most of our recipes are like 1 pan, I'll give this like a medium difficulty, maybe easy to medium. It's really not. You can't mess it up too bad though, because making the lentils when you boil them, like the worst thing you could do is that when you're boiling it, you didn't put enough water, and it got too dry and it started to stick to the pan. That's probably like the only difficulty you could have in this recipe.
First, you normally rate like how you feel about the recipe, if you liked it or not.
Oh yeah.
So, that's difficulty.
Okay. I'm gonna quit giving these numbers because the numbers don't mean anything. When all my numbers are like super high, the scale doesn't matter as much.
It's 100 out of 100, right?
It's up there. It's 97, 96.
All right.
Not trying to toot my own horn.
Yeah. But 2. Okay, so now, and those are corn tortillas.
These are corn. I like corn. You can use flour, but this is like taco size to me. You can't really get flour tortillas in this size. You can, but normally they're bigger, like burrito fajita size.
You could make this into a burrito with a flour tortilla too.
You could. We're gonna actually. I think we're gonna show you with these leftovers, lentils and the rice and other stuff we haven't got to yet. We're gonna make burritos with it. You feel like eating tacos, but you don't want to eat like taco meat specifically, or meat in general, but you want that taco flavor and texture. Make them with lentils. They work really well with Mexican type spices, I think. They're kind of underutilized in Mexican food. I guess they don't eat them in Mexico really that I can find. Maybe I need to search in Spanish recipe sites or something.
Yeah.
But I don't really ever find them. But yeah. You want to change up your taco recipe, make this. I think you'll really enjoy it.
How would you rate this into the other one? Should you watch this video and watch the other ones?
This one's different. I mean, I'm not going to say in every video, yeah, make this instead of the last one, because usually I'm really starving when I make those. So I'm not as hungry today because I ate something, but definitely make this, not my other ones.